You're listening to Swingology, a lifestyle podcast. Swingology is for adult entertainment only, and we're not licensed professionals. Our show features adult themes, language, and descriptions of sexual acts and desires. If you're under 18, this is not the show for you. The ideas and opinions expressed are those of the speaker only and not of any company or entity, and should not be considered professional advice. Now, let's stimulate your mind. Welcome back to another... No, excuse me. Rewind.
You shouldn't edit that out.
Welcome back to another episode of Swingology, a lifestyle podcast. We are your host, Tori Kist.
And Steve Kist.
And today we are talking all about being on the Bliss Cruise 2025 November sailing. Days 3 and 4.
3 and 4, because...
Why not?
Sometimes shit happens.
Okay, well, that's... You know what? There's been a lot of arguments between couples that we have witnessed on this cruise.
Oh, my Lord. What is going on?
I can
this
tell
cruise
you.
ship?
You know why? I'm going to be a little annoying for a moment. Mercury's in retrograde. It went retrograde on day 1 of the cruise. So all of the schedule conflicts, all of the little glitches here and there, all the little disagreements and miscommunications, I mean, if you like patterns in astrology, it is explaining all of that. And that is probably why we're merging 2 days into one into this episode. But that's cool because...
It's okay to be different.
I love different. Okay, so let's rewind our brains to day 3. Now, guys, you know, we are recording this the morning of day 5. So we have to go back. And we just woke up and
to the future.
Haven't had breakfast yet. So, okay, day 3 was a sea day. Not a cum day for everyone, but a sea day where you're stuck out at sea all day long. There's amazing pool parties and fun games by the pool and friends and bars. And what was your favorite thing?
Connecting with people that I felt were a lot like us.
Yes. So my husband he's a social butterfly, especially online. He loves to connect and make connections. It's the same word I just said, before we get to a destination. So we have, connections. And so we were able to catch up with several people that he
had been communicating with.
I was just going to say connecting again.
Yeah.
And it was just great. We were out at the Sunset Bar, which is the bar in the shade in the very back of the ship, overlooking the aft, right? Everything behind the ship. It was beautiful scenery. And we were just throwing back the drinks of the day, what was the drink of the day?
Was that the hot wife drink?
It wasn't. That was a different. They changed it up every day. So the day 3 drink of the day was, vodka, grapefruit, and cranberry. And I don't remember the name. They made up some name for it. Okay, us little pasties, we not
pasties.
We're like
us pasties.
We're white. We're very pale.
Yeah, we're very pale people.
Pale people, so we cannot be in the sun very long. So we have to find shade. So we spent most of our time inside. Was that the time that we made the hot date inside in the shade?
No, that was the day before 3. That was day 2.
You see, guys, this is why we record each day normally, because you start blurring all the days together. It's all fun. It's all fun.
The big notables on day 3 was our play session. Didn't we have a play session?
No, baby. That was day 2.
Oh, okay. Don't make fun of me.
What was the theme for day 3? Was it the fairy tales?
I'm pulling up all of our
Because
notes.
we did not dress up in fairy tales. We were going to.
Day 1 was Studs and Bunnies. Day 2 was Gatsby's. Day 3 was Fairy Tales. And for day 3... we had an alcove.
Right.
We had an alcove.
A cabana.
Which was later named Cabana by the ship.
There's a difference though, guys. Okay, so when I say the word cabana, you're probably thinking poolside, shady cabana with maybe loungers and you have maybe water bottles or something like this. A cabana. But this is an alcove. This is different. It's not by a pool. It's by a grassy lawn. And there's no hot tub around. There's no water really around this area of the ship. And they are...
It is a cabana.
I mean, kind of the Jetsons version of a cabana. It's very futuristic. It's not shaped like a cabana. It's supposed to have a shade if it's not windy. But it was super windy that day. So they had all the shades closed. It was just straight sun.
And we need shade. That's literally the only reason why we got the cabana.
I think it was $350 for the entire day. And we were like, well, if we're going to be out there socializing, it's worth it. Let's just do it. But they would not close the shade. So we went over to customer service and refunded it.
Yeah, that we got a refund because we were like, boo on you.
But we're supposed to have a cabana or an alcove tomorrow. If you go to the celebrity website, you can see what we're talking about. And it comes with benefits. Like, it comes with unlimited beers. There's like 2 bottles of wine. It comes with food service, a butler. So like...
I don't know about the unlimited beers. I think it's a bucket.
A bucket, whatever. I mean, we don't drink beer, so to us, it's unlimited.
But to beer drinkers out there, they'd be like, what?
But the beautiful thing is, my whole point of getting at was to be able to share it with people and socialize, right? Like, come get this and hang out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so hopefully we can do that later on and we'll tell you all about it. Okay, so one of the things I remember just distinctively on day 3 was at night. We didn't go to the theme party because we felt rebellious and we wanted to do our own thing. So we went to a cozy little nook and we're watching the stars. And on the way back to our cabin, when it got really late, I don't know, close to midnight, I'm thinking, we had to walk by the lawn, which is where the alcoves are. But this time it was night. It was like midnight. It was called Sex Under the Stars. And it was an orgy all in all the alcoves and all on the lawn. And it was very erotic and sensual and sexy.
That was the day that we decided to cancel all of our specialty dining reservations.
Yes, we did.
We had one scheduled almost every other day for the rest of the cruise ship. But we liked the Blue dining experience so much that we were like, why do we need to pay more for more dining when Blue is already amazing?
Yeah, I think we did mention that in the previous episode, but the Blue restaurant, it's pretty yummy, pretty good stuff. That, or you could just go to main dining.
Also on day 3, we were hanging out with friends at the Sunset Bar, which is at the back of the ship. There was a pool party going on, which was a car wash.
Okay. You're blurring some things. Well, not a car wash. Car wash is a game they played at the pool party. They played other ones, but we didn't catch the names of them.
I was getting to it.
Can you explain what the car wash is, Steve?
It's where 2 rows of women face each other, basically arm's length apart, and they're all soapy and sudsy, and then they shake their boobs left and right while the men walk between them, and it turns into a car wash, and the boobs are like
shimmy.
It's fun to watch. It's all good fun.
It's not fun to be in it?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
You were there. You just weren't in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in the sun, so.
Yeah. It was in the sun, and I was like, cancer or boobs?
I would like to have a pool party at night.
A moon party?
Well, it's not a sun party. It's a pool party. But yes, because like the pool's closed at night. There was nothing else really major that happened on day 3. Just connecting.
We had agreed to meet the friends we were vibing in the afternoon in the evening, but my wife had seasickness and we nursed ourselves in the cabin for a little while, and then we got the courage and recovered just enough to go out and find a little nook on the top deck, looked at the stars for a little while, and then even that got too much, so we ended up going back to the cabin again. We really kind of just stayed to ourselves the rest of the day. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of spicy, juicy story to happen there.
So day 4 was way better. So day 4, we woke up in St. Martin. We didn't record yesterday because we had an appointment to go ziplining in St. Martin early, and we didn't know how we were going to get there because we didn't book the excursion through the cruise line, so we had to find our own taxi, and we didn't know how long it was going to take to walk through the cruise terminal. So we decided, you know what, let's record. There wasn't a lot that happened on day 3. Let's just record it all together the next day. So we just went to breakfast, went to St. Martin, and
getting off the ship was really easy. There was no issues. There was not like an extensive line. Waiting for a taxi or bus to take us to the ziplining place was a little annoying.
Okay, so there's 5 mega cruise ships in this one little port, all kind of docking somehow on the same little pier. So there's this, once you get off your ship and you walk through the little,
security point,
come get your trash skis and your not free alcohol, but your duty-free alcohols. Once you get past those little stores, you get to where the taxi stands are, and it's like a little roundabout area. So it's kind of simple to navigate to, there's this guy, and he does a remarkable job of organizing all of these people who want transportation. But he's a little rough around the edges, so you just go with patience. He'll tell you where to go. But yeah, we eventually got into a private car, and they drove us off to the Flying Dutchman, which is known as the longest zip line in the world. Wow, it really was incredible. It really was. And I didn't even do the zip line.
So we were actually kind of upset about the whole zip line experience.
I wasn't. I got my fill.
I get that, but I was. We had an appointment. The appointment was 11. We get there 10:45. We go up the ski lift.
Okay, let's paint the picture a little bit. Because it's the longest zip line in the world, and I don't know if you've ever been to islands before, but there's a lot of hills and sometimes mountains involved. So you have to go up a ski lift to the top of a hill or mountain, and then up another ski lift to the top of the hill of that one, right? And this ski lift overall, both ski lifts, I guess it took maybe 25 minutes, really, really slow and peaceful to get to the very top. So you're like looking at all the sights, you can see the distance, you can see the islands in the distance, and the sun is baking your pale skin, and it's a great experience. Once you get up there, you just take in the sights even more. We actually sat on the stairs because there was a little bit more of a staircase to get to the very tippy top. So we just decided to sit and just connect more and take in the amazing surrounding. So once we got up to go up those stairs to go to the zip, we walked down some more stairs and around a corner, and I saw a crowd of people. And we were like, wait,
massive crowd.
Where did this crowd come from?
Turns out this crowd is managed by one employee who has a paper list. And I walk up and I'm like, I have an 11 a.m. appointment. And they were like, what is your name? And I said it. And they were like, the wait time is 2 hours and 50 minutes.
And we wouldn't even know to go up and talk to this singular management person with the paper list if another guest didn't tell us, hey, by the way, you have to go put your name on that list.
Right. We could have been there waiting for like a line to start disappearing for an hour before we knew about the list. Since leaving this establishment, I have realized that they triple book knowing people are going to leave once they get there because no one is going to wait that long.
And we paid for this already. There's no refund.
And they don't care.
Well,
they don't care.
It's also...
There's no indication that you have to sign your name anywhere. So
the instructions aren't
you
clear.
will stand at the back thinking there's a line and not knowing there's a list. And, well, that's your fault for not knowing.
And it was loud out there. There was music. She was like, I'll call you. I'm like, how am I going to hear you? She's like, don't worry. So we hung out for a while. We didn't hear any names being called, but yet we saw people zipping. So I'm like, how are we going to know?
Yeah.
And the sun was baking us real. And I told him, I've actually gotten my fill. I wanted to see the sights, and I literally am seeing the sights. Plus, we have to take the 30-minute little ski lift down the hill to see more sights. I'm okay if we don't do the zip. But if you want to stay, I'm totally down for that too.
I'm not a person to bash people or companies, but I enjoyed nothing of that. So I will say nothing more.
All in all, I think it was amazing. So we took the ski lift back down. Yes. Here's something else, guys. So we arrived in St. Martin on November 11th, which happens to be St. Martin Day. And so there was a parade literally right next to the Flying Dutchman's establishment. As we were leaving, it started to rain. So we're all like cuddled up together with these other cruise terminal people, and they're all getting on this bus, but we have the wrong color wristband. And they're like, oh, you need to have green, and we have purple or whatever color it was. And so my husband just kind of slipped some money, and they let us on the bus. But the bus is like half empty. It's like...
There's a bunch of people standing outside in the rain. They're all waiting for buses to take them to the terminal where all 5 cruise ships are. And a bus will come up and they're saying, okay, this bus is for the Princess.
Right.
And so 5 people get on the bus and everyone stands out in the cold, pouring rain.
And it's a full-size motor coach bus, like a big one.
There's 40 empty seats. And that bus then shuts its door and takes off to the same place it's dropping off everybody. But because they said this is for Princess Cruise people only, why? Why? Why do you do that?
My husband is in a mood today. I promise you guys, he's been getting nookie. So by the time the next bus came around, he had some money and he slipped some people some money. And so we got on the bus, and because it was empty, and I don't know, one thing happened to another, I realized he was getting kind of hard. I decided to just kind of reach down and put my
wife starts, I'll tell you why. My wife starts like, oh, I can just imagine tonight's going to be so fun. And then you're going to be looking over at me. And then she starts painting a little sex picture, you know.
Here's the picture. The picture, okay, he's been wanting to take me into the playroom. And the last couple times I've been to the playroom over the last year, it hasn't been the best because my line of sight gives me anxiety, right? So I was telling him, well, maybe if you blindfolded me and took me to the playroom, and then I started like manifest or kind of like imagine what this would be like. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually kind of getting into this. And so that was making him hard. And so I saw that. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to take a little tasty down there. And then that's how it happened.
What did you just call it? Did you just call going down on me the tasty?
Tasty. I don't know. Sure, I'm making up my own words or expressions over here. So we finally got back to the cruise ship. As you guys know, we have the aqua class, and the benefit...
Oh my gosh, pinky up, everybody.
There's a couple benefits of having the aqua class, and part of it is going to the spa. We went to the sauna.
Sanctuary. I don't know. It's this place where it's kind of warm, and there's these cement tables with tile on them.
Stone beds, guys. Heated stone beds.
Stone beds. First time I've ever seen one. Woe is me.
There's probably 10 of them.
Sure. And then there's 3 rooms. There's a room that is freezing ass cold.
It's called the cold room.
And there's frosts growing on the walls. There's a room where it's the exact opposite, and there's humidity. It's like a sauna. And then there's a room, they call it the aroma room, and it's basically dry air, but kind of warm, and it's got an aroma of the day.
It's like lavender or something. And then on the opposite side of the stone beds, we didn't go in this one, is your standard cedar infrared sauna.
Anyway, so we are in the sauna. There is a beautiful unicorn in there, sweating. Her body's glistening.
Oh, yes. No, this was the steamy room, like the super wet, hot room.
Yeah, and yes, super wet, super hot. And then she's all like, yeah, I just moved to Florida.
I'm like, that's where we live.
And I'm like, oh, darn, that sounds terrible. We live there, you know? And we made a great connection, and she definitely wanted to meet up with us later. So we agreed to meet up with her later that night.
Well, not later that night. Later during this cruise.
Sure.
Because we haven't done it yet, babe.
My wife went to the aroma room. I went to the cold room.
Yeah, after the wet room, I decided to dry off in the dry heat. He wanted to, for some reason, with his wet, sweaty body, go in the cold room.
Yes, and I had a unique experience. When you get to the point in the sauna room where you're like starting to breathe heavy because you're getting exhausted in there, which any doctor would probably tell you were in there too long already. I went over to the cold, freezing room, and after about 4 minutes of being in that room, my skin had this reaction from the hot to cold environment. And it almost like felt like all of my skin contracted at once. And it was a very unique experience. And I wouldn't mind seeing if it happened again or if it was like a fluke or something.
I'd love to go with you over there and do that.
So
we also scrubbed each other up because we got some body scrubs from the spa front desk and showered off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after the spa, we came back to the room, got ready for dinner, and had dinner with 2 sexy couples.
They were the people we were hanging out with on day 3 at the Sunset Bar.
Yes, they were.
We had a great dinner with them and had every intention of meeting them after dinner at the party.
The glow party.
Glow party.
There's just so many options. The glow party is like the epitome of, was that a ding? Cruise announcement going on.
Cruise announcements. All right. The glow party is pretty much the lifestyle's favorite party on the Bliss Cruise, right? So the thing about the glow party for me and my wife is we're sensitive to noise and lights.
Do you want to paint a picture first?
So the pool party? The
glow party.
You paint the picture.
Okay.
I cannot speak well.
Take some water, babe. Okay, so the glow party is set up out on the pool deck.
under the stars at night. The pool is closed, of course, and all of the little lawn chairs and sun beds are pushed away to the side, so it's dance floor only, and everyone is in their glow attire, and it's lots of fun and sexy and loud, and they have neon lights, not neon lights, laser light show going on.
It's very loud.
Everybody is out there.
It's that loud where you can't hear the person next to you screaming at you.
What we like to do is we like to go to the second deck above the dance floor and kind of like oversee or like look over and maybe like to do some dances up there and make any connections with people that might be walking through. And so that's what we did for a little while. And then we also explored other areas of the ship.
So because we didn't get involved in the glow party on the deck, we never ran into our friends.
But what we did do is we went to the Solar Masters again and ran into some new friends.
Yep. We went to the Solar Masters. We took an alcove, like a
nook.
Like a nook, sure. And there was another couch next to us that was open and available. It didn't take very long sitting there for someone else to come up and sit down and start talking to us.
Which was the idea.
Which is exactly what we wanted to
be
do.
social.
That's why we picked that spot,
yep.
Right? So yeah, we must have cycled through 4 different couples within like 40 minutes. And they, you know what's funny? 2 of them left for a brief moment, just like, oh, we're going to be right back. We're going to go to the bathroom. And then they left, and then within 30 seconds, a couple like swoops in, sits down, like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then you can see the first couple come back, and they're kind of like, oh, because there's only spots for one other couple, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then so you could see them like, oh, and I'm like, we'll see you guys later. Don't worry, you know? And then
at this time, it's what? Close to midnight?
11, I think.
Yeah.
That was about the time when you said, I think I'm crashing.
I crashed at 1.
Okay, so
I went to bed at 1. I lasted until 1, guys. I'm doing so much better than last cruise. The last year's cruise, I was in bed early.
Well, I mean, there was a couple nights when you lasted that long, actually.
Yeah.
It was a late night for my wife. And I asked her, of course, you know, do you want to have an opportunity to go solo? Do you want to just hang out with me? And we just kind of hung out together, socialized. And then I brought her to the cabin. I put her to bed. We had sex.
That's how you put me to bed.
Yeah. And then I was on the fence about staying or going out because by that time it was 2 a.m. And I was like, do I go out now? Because I still am awake, but I kind of maybe feel like there's tiredness at the edge of my consciousness. And I'm like, maybe I can tap into that.
I kicked him out of the room. I basically said, go find trouble.
And so I left, obviously. And I messaged some friends and like try to figure out what they were up to. I did run into a few and chatted for a little while. There was just more evidence of like couples out there fighting and disagreements and not seeing eye to eye. And there was just all kinds of that going on. And I'm like, why is it that I'm like the one getting exposed to this stuff at like 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, what is going on with 2 o'clock and people fighting?
So one thing that I have heard a couple times now, and we're only in the morning of day 5, and this is an 8-day cruise this year, is that this cruise this year, November 25, is so different from the November 24 cruise. There's this energy in the air. There's this disconnect in the air.
So we have heard, and
different people say this.
Yes, different people have complained about this Bliss Cruise. Not about Bliss or any of the entertainment. They're
fantastic.
Not even about the people. It is this ship. This ship is a problem for Bliss.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I disagree.
Yes. And
that's not what I was referring to.
One couple laid it out and explained why.
Okay. You're talking about something different. I was talking about the arguments that people are witnessing, and honestly, I chalk it up to Mercury retrograde because it literally is communication issues. But you're talking about the geography of the cruise ship itself.
Right. They're saying that the energy on the ship is different because of the ship layout and how the communal areas are. So last year's Bliss Cruise, there was this promenade that was the area to go to when people were still up past 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. People were still there. They're still mingling. There were still things going on. On this ship, you've got like little tiny areas. You've got the Sunset Bar.
Martini bar.
You've got the little Martini Bar. And you've got all these places that are completely segregated.
They are.
And so
far
no
from each
one
other.
can congregate anywhere. And they're saying it's just throwing off like the let's have everyone get together and hang out vibe of the lifestyle people, because, you know, if you take the 10% remaining that are awake on the cruise ship and then you spread them out to different areas on the ship, like it's harder to connect.
Yeah.
To people that
Plus, there's less people on the ship anyway because it's a smaller ship. But good news, guys. The November 26 and the November 27 cruises is on the Wonder of the Seas, which is the big ship, similar to last year's. So just keep in mind the size of the ship, the levels, what each ship offers. And the beautiful thing about the Oasis, which was last year's ship, and then the ones coming up, is there's the Central Park hangout area. There's the promenade hangout area. There's the pool decks, which is multiple pools. There's the boardwalk areas. So there's multiple areas.
There's the hideaway on deck 7.
Well, that's on this ship. We're talking about the future ones because once people hear this, the sailing will be done.
Yeah.
I have so much hope for next year's. It's going to be so much better. You guys should be there. We're going to be there. We're already booked.
We are booked for 26.
So we will see you then. But we're not done with this sailing yet. Okay. So guys, when my husband left and came back, when he was done, kind of bumming around or exploring the ship, whatever you want to call it, he woke me up with some sex. It was pretty amazing. I squirted all over his cock twice.
Well, that did happen. But no, what had happened was it was 3 something, and my wife goes, pizza. She sends a message through just pizza. That's all it was.
I woke up hungry.
And so I said, I'm on the way. I'm going to rescue you. I went to the pizza. It was fresh. I put 2 slices on the plate and I ran back to the cabin. My wife ate and then she got really horny, like uncharacteristically horny.
I don't know what it is. Something got into me.
And it didn't stop after sex. It happened again 2 hours later after we were already sleeping. And then it happened again 2 hours later after we had more sleep.
We woke
up this morning and she was like all about it again. I'm like, what the fuck was in that pizza?
I think you like Antigua because Antigua makes me horny. Today, guys, we just docked in Antigua, St. John's, Antigua, which is obviously island in the Caribbean. We'll tell you all about that tomorrow when we record. And yeah, that was day 3 and day 4. Anything you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
I'm looking forward to finding trouble with you today and seeing what things we can get into and areas we can explore.
Maybe today's the day I'm blindfolded in the playroom.
Mm-hmm.
Or
find out next time.
Tune in to... Wait, how does the close start?
This is your close and you forgot? Are you kidding me right now?
Be sure to tune in next time to stimulate your mind.
Is that how it goes?
Stimulate your mind.
I'm testing you. I think it's different.
I know it's stimulate your mind, and it's however I want to deliver the ending. So happy or not, that's your ending.
I like the words happy ending. Say that again.
Tune in next time to stimulate your mind.
Stimulate your mind.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Swingology. I'm truly honored to have you as a listener. If you liked what you've heard, consider subscribing to our podcast or connecting with us on social media. The links can be found with the episode show notes. This is Tori Kist, reminding you to stimulate your mind.